8:33 a.m. as we continue this morning with the Friday edition of News and Views right here on Salam Media. We've got an in-studio interview, and I'm actually quite glad that my guest has arrived in studio. We're talking to Turkish Journalist who is based in South Africa. We're talking with Türkmen Terzi, and we're talking about Turkey. And yesterday, I received the notification about Erdogan and the government going against a religious group in Turkey, detaining 30 across 17 provinces. And we're trying to just unpack and understand what is taking place in Turkey. Türkmen Terzi, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome. And I'm thankful for the fact that you've made your way to the studios of Salam Media this morning. Yes, when you sent me the information with regard to the raids, with regard to the arrests that had taken place in Turkey, and trying to wrap my mind, because we know Turkey has got a history. We know Erdogan has had some history going after individuals, going after organizations, and here we're talking about a religious group. And let's just try and first just understand what or who is this religious group that is being affected by these arrests.
Yes, I'm very much surprised with the arrest because I have been living in South Africa for long years. And then I was never expecting this arrest, because this group is they call like Süleymanlılar or Süleymancılar. It means this group named after Süleyman Hamdi Tunahan. He was born in Bulgaria 1888, means late 19th century. The same like Bediüzzaman Nursi, maybe you heard about that. So these were the alim, Süleyman Hamdi Tunahan from the Naqshbandi silsile, we call silsile. So Nursi also is from Naqshi and the Qadiri. So Nursi is focused on interpreting Quran, wrote like Imam Ghazali style. The Süleyman Hamdi Tunahan focus teaching Quran and like opening madrasas, traditional madrasas, and they are like thousands of hundreds of thousands maybe over the century. They graduate Hafiz of Quran, and then this group is very active in Turkey also, as well as in any part of the world, including South Africa. And this group is very much with the societies in the rural areas as well as urban areas. And recently, in German president attended their function. And then they are building a massive headquarters, like a madrasa in Köln. We call Köln city in Germany. It means this group is recognized by any country, and they have no any secret activities. The issue is that this group, similar to Gülen movement, is the only group left who who is not obeying Erdogan. So Erdogan failed to control this group, because this group has a history of many years, and this group always has been suffering because Atatürk is established a secular state. So Bediüzzaman and the Süleyman Hamdi Tunahan, the two person only did not recognize that secularism. So they, behind the scene, they secretly continued their religious work. So what happened? This group was more. If we come to today, is more group close to center-right parties. But Erdogan come from the Islamist background. It's not Islam, I'm talking about political Islam background. So it come from the Erbakan's lane. So Erbakan was a leader of the political party, and he was a prime minister. So Erdogan tried to control this group. So Erdogan, the Süleyman Hamdi Tunahan's great-grandson, was an MP in the motherland center-right party. Also in the one grandson was an MP in the AKP. So the Alihan Kurush, they arrested yesterday with the others in the 7 day organized in 17 cities. Alihan Kurush was become a leader of the party. This group in 2016. So Erdogan couldn't control him. So then also this group is close to in other political parties including the CHP, main opposition party. So Erdogan called this group as like an octopus. So is the similar to he called Gülen movement is the virus. So they call this group is the octopus. So Gülen movements and this group is very similar. They are both Ahli Sünnet and they are both, the mainstream in Turkey. But Gülen movement more focus on science. They try to modern education. And they read mainly Risale-i Nur and they listen to Fethullah Gülen. Fethullah Gülen also Islamic scholar. Erdogan called him terrorist. So now Erdogan is similar to Gülen movement. They target this one. Is the very interesting thing. Turkish justice minister today from this group. They call Süleymancılar. Justice minister of Turkey. And Turkey's interior minister is police is under him. He's a very powerful Turkish interior minister. He's a Hafiz of Quran. So it's a very interesting, this justice minister and the interior minister conducting the operation against this group. They say this, we target their financial, like they are running thousands madrasas. You can only maybe check one particular madrasa. You cannot call entire group as a terrorist organization.
I'm just trying to understand one thing in terms of why would Erdogan go after a religious group and a group that is focused on education, running madrasas, running schools? Why? How does he see a group like that as a threat?
So first of all, people say in South Africa, they see like Erdogan is they see him like an caliph, leader of the Muslim world or the Islamic scholar. He's not. Erdogan just recite nice Quran. So he's not he was a mayor of Istanbul and he's a very corrupt person. So there is an Erdogan targeted secular groups. We have secular group from the Atatürk time. We have secular group like CHP. Then another group is ultra-nationalist group, is the Perinçek group, Doğu Perinçek. He is running his party was a workers' party. Now his party is a patriotic party. They have less than 1% vote, but they are very strong in every institution. So they call them like a deep state. Deep state term now is used in all the political papers, come from Turkey. So this group, Erdogan targeted this group when he was a prime minister and jailed the leader of this party from 2008 to 2014. But what happened was in 2013, there was a corruption case against Erdogan. So Erdogan's own son is runaway Turkey. So billions of dollars and the foreign minister resigned and then they found millions of dollars in Erdogan's house. So then what happened was, summarized, Erdogan sided with the deep state of Turkey.
Let's take ads at 8:43.
Like they come from Atatürk time. So Erdogan released all of these people. They were convicted criminals. They were all in jail, more than 300 people. Erdogan released all of them and become an ally with them. With this group, Erdogan first targeted the Gülen movement because the Gülen movement was a strongest group in Turkey. They are in all the institutions. They were very educated in media, in everywhere. So now the second group is the Süleymancılar. We don't want to call Süleymancılar because this is a religious movement. Süleyman Hamdi Tunahan is the leader of this group. So what happened now? The Doğu Perinçek is dictating Erdogan because they become a kind of ally. So another Erdogan's electoral ally is the Nationalist Movement Party. They are not ultra-nationalists, but they are nationalists. Now, with this party, they are releasing Abdullah Öcalan, like a Kurdish party. So they redesigning the politics. So religious group, when he was released, Doğu Perinçek, he is more than 80 years old. This Doğu Perinçek, when he was released in 2014, he said, we are going to destroy all the religious movements. So now they destroyed Gülen movement in Turkey. Now it come to Süleyman Hamdi Tunahan group. So they can find some tax issues in one madrasa is okay. And they say we targeted more than 30 companies. These companies is not belong to this movement, this Süleymancılar group. They are supporting these groups. You have in South Africa, you have religious group in any part of the world. Religious groups are not relying on the state. But in Turkey, we have a Diyanet. Yes, Diyanet also doing lots of charity work. All the mosques under the Diyanet, but Diyanet controlled by who? By the Turkish state. So in Atatürk regime is they controlling the religion via Diyanet. They don't want to allow other religious movement to become strong. They have many madrasas or they have influential people in the society. They don't want state. Turkish state doesn't want that. So now they targeting Süleyman group, and they also targeted Furkan group, another religious movement. So what is doing? Erdogan is doing now. His son Bilal Erdogan, he's running his own like a religious organization. They call it religious organization. He established his own religious movement, but he is using government tax, and then he is using they targeting municipalities. They not only Süleyman group. Erdogan is now targeting the main opposition party. Main opposition party in 2024 was a biggest political biggest. He got the votes. They won in the municipalities on Istanbul, Ankara, Izmir, Adana. They arrested more than 45 mayors in duty. They jailed them because Erdogan's source of money come from municipalities. Municipalities is very strong in Turkey. So all the money is come from that municipalities, and they use this money. We call that political Islamist, like political parties, Erbakan's party and Erdogan's party. They use that money, come from municipalities. But religious movement rely on charity one by one, people donate. So Erdogan doesn't want that. But Erdogan also become now an ally with Doğu Perinçek and another ultra-nationalist party, MHP.
Yes. Turkmen, can I put you on hold, please? I need to take an ad break. And we'll come back, and we just want to, obviously, there's a few more, I think, critical issues that I'd like to address with you immediately after this ad break.
The following is a paid political advertisement by the Al Jama'ah political party.
Regularization and the alternative political party for South Africa is the Al Jama'ah effect. Roads will be fixed, refuse will be removed, and personal safety in your homes, streets, parks, and pathways to the local shops and shopping malls will be our top priority. Al Jama'ah aim to regularize shack dwellers by giving them land tenure, regularize water and electricity supply by making it a reliable source. Vote for good governance, accelerated service delivery, excellence, and the best of breed of councillors, mayors, and mayoral committee members. That is the Al Jama'ah effect, South Africa's alternative political party, the Al Jama'ah effect.
That was a paid political advertisement by the Al Jama'ah political party.
Across Sudan, starvation is tightening its grip. With rising food prices and widespread malnutrition, 8.7 million people are now facing emergency or famine-level hunger. As the conflict intensifies and aid routes narrow, families in Sudan are running out of options and time. The Al Imdad Foundation is delivering life-saving humanitarian aid to those most at risk. Stand with Sudan. Donate online at alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness, and every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and freezer card calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
We work hard to build our homes, businesses, and futures. Protecting them shouldn't mean compromising the values that matter most. ACNE Group of Companies, a Muslim-owned business, offers our short-term diamond insurance covers founded on ethical principles, transparency, integrity, and responsible service. This allows us to provide insurance solutions that align with ethical values while maintaining the protection and service standards you expect. To ensure complete peace of mind, all premiums, claims, and premium investment funds are managed through designated Sharia-compliant bank accounts, reflecting our ongoing commitment to ethical and responsible financial practices. From your first inquiry to the moment you need to claim, we are committed to providing professional, transparent, and reliable support. Choose insurance that reflects your values while giving you confidence and peace of mind. Speak to ACNE Group of Companies today to learn more about our commercial, engineering, professional indemnity, and liability diamond insurance covers. Call Rafiq Isaacs on 084-822-6570. ACNE Group of Companies comprises authorized financial services providers under FSP numbers 43281, 4553, and 45915. Products are underwritten by New National Assurance Company Limited, FSP number 2603.
Tonight, a child in a shack will try to sleep through the cold. No heating, no insulation, just thin walls and a biting cold. African Muslims Agency is on the ground, reaching families in informal settlements across South Africa with blankets and winter essentials. Help us spread warmth this winter. For 180 Rand, give a blanket. For 360 Rand, a full winter pack. One gift, one less night in the cold. Africa Muslims Agency, empowering, educating, inspiring.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
Well, we continue our discussion this morning in studio with me live this morning, Turkish journalist based in South Africa, Türkmen Terzi. We're talking about Turkey. We're talking about Erdogan raiding religious groups, a number of people that have been detained and arrested across 17 provinces. Türkmen, let's just continue. And what I needed to talk about is also looking at, we've been talking about Erdogan and we're talking about domestically what he is doing. But also, you mentioned at the beginning that the world, and the Muslim world in particular in South Africa, everybody looked at Erdogan as a savior, as a Khalif as well.
Yes.
And how does this actually place Erdogan internationally when we see domestically what is going on and when he is going against movements, when he is going against religious groups as well? And so, and also at the same time, many questions have been asked regarding Erdogan, particularly with the genocide that unfolded in Gaza, where he was unable, he was told talk absolutely and no action whatsoever. So, let's just look at how this places Erdogan internationally.
Yes. As you mentioned, that Turkey is a very important country. Turkey's army is the second biggest army in the NATO. So Turkey is 99% Muslim, and Turkey is a 70% of Turks like a nationalist, conservative, and religious Islamist. So it means it is a very strong society, and the people of Turkey, like always, is think about the rest of the Muslim world, and they try to help them. But when the society and the state is different in Turkey, since the Ottoman Empire collapses, Turkey is a secular state. So Turkey is turned face to the Europe. So in 1950, Turkey entered the NATO. So since then, Turkey acting with the NATO. So when it comes to the recent issues, like Trump last year in the UN said, I had a 32 meeting. The best meeting was with Erdogan. You know why he said like that? Because Erdogan helped USA to topple the Assad. So when you topple the Assad, what happened that we don't say Assad good or bad. What happened that Trump said, I'm not saying, I am reporting from what Trump said. He said they were trying more than 1,000 years to take over the Syria, but Erdogan handed over Syria to who? To Jews and to them. So the Israel now is a very powerful in Syria. They are next door to the where? The Damascus. Where is the Damascus? Damascus is like the way Turks conquered the Constantinople is the first major victory. The Arabs' major victory is where? It's the Damascus. So, and the Christian were there. So you handing over Damascus back to the Jews. So Erdogan is serving them, on the map. So Erdogan is in Turkey, Trump give him authority to whatever he wants in the Turkey. That's why he arrested all the municipal main opposition parties mayor, including Istanbul mayor. After just meeting Trump, he came Turkey and he jailed. Also, Gülen movement, he took order from, the major powers. So this is also related to this Süleymancılar group. He's doing operation now, also related to the international position. So Erdogan is the big power now in Ukraine, giving all the weapons, so helping Europe and America. And in the Gaza, you see now, before Erdogan, all our leaders were like a center-right. We call center-right, secular and center-right. They visited Gaza. Süleyman Demirel was the important leader. He ruled Turkey for 40 years. He been to Gaza, but Erdogan never been to Gaza, even during the normal time. He never been to Gaza. So the destruction of Gaza is very interestingly happening under the rule of Islamist Erdogan, but it never happened under the secular Turkish. So I'm here to just make an objective analysis. I'm not from the Süleymancılar group or another group. I have been a journalist for many years. But Turkey, we are all Muslim, Süleymancılar group, all family. Some they go to their madrasa, some they go to Gülen movement madrasa. Erdogan's own son, went to Gülen movement's school, tuition center. Erdogan's son-in-law, all they graduated from this school. I graduated from the government school. So we are in Turkey all together. But what is happening now is Europe, including for instance, Germany, they want a strong Turkish leader in Turkey. They don't care democracy in Turkey. They just want the refugees, more than many millions refugees. Keep refugees in Turkey, get some money, and then keep them, and then serve for their interest. They signed the Mecca agreement. Yes, it looked like good. I also see in analysis in South African media but they don't know the detail of this agreement. So without Trump's order, you cannot go and sign agreement with Pakistan and then is Mecca. So you are there with the mainly interest of the America. So why they are not allowing Egypt to this agreement, for instance? They are not allowing Egypt or Jordan or others. So these three countries like Mecca, like Saudi, because they have America rely on Saudi because his money is there. And Pakistan was fall under a Chinese influence, and Pakistan is very important, and Pakistan army is very independent. So they are
It's time to wrap, Inayat.
America, and then Turkey is allied with America. So they're basically serving the NATO's Trump's interest.
Well, Türkmen, I wish we had a lot more time. Unfortunately, time is of the essence, but the fact that you took time out to come to the studio for this discussion, we do appreciate it. And I'm sure at some point in time, we definitely will follow developments in Turkey as they go on. And inshallah, we will be touching base with you at some point in time. But once again, Jazakallah for taking time out and visiting us here at Salam Media. Have yourself a great Jummah as well, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you.
Yes. Türkmen Terzi, Turkish journalist based in South Africa, joining us live right here at Salam Media. Next up, we've got Jummah Inspirations coming up, and we have got the company of Maulana Abdul Baki to provide the nasiha and advices.